Thank you, leader. Thank you to my colleagues. And most importantly, thank you to my brothers in uniform here who are standing with us for the job that you do each and every day. Thank you. My heart is heavy, and it's not the first time. It repeats in my mind every day. As someone who has worn the NYPD uniform, I put on that vest, I put on that shield on my chest, I strapped that gun belt, and I worked some of the probably toughest precincts in New York City. And I've lost several friends, colleagues. It just never ends. But it's gotten worse since 2019. They have a consistent plan, our friends on the other side of the aisle, and it's to embolden criminals. You know, it's not just the laws. It's coming out of the executive chamber, too, with the last two governors. Our parole board are quick to let those who kill police officers go, without even thinking about what that message sends to the public. If we don't protect those in uniform, how can they protect you, the average citizen of New York State? You heard it before. That evil man who killed Officer Diller. 21 prior arrests. But it's not just about the arrests. He had 2 prior felony convictions, which he did time. One for a shooting involved in a robbery. While he was awaiting trial for that, he assaulted 2 correction officers on Rikers Island. He has a propensity for attacking those in law enforcement. And what happened? It plugged down. He did a total of 5 years for those crimes. He was paroled. Fast forward, he gets arrested again for drug sales. Not just one time. Over a term of a period, he sold drugs 5 times to an undercover officer with guns on the scene. So what you see here is just another way of how our colleagues in the majority are really empowering criminals. They're giving them a get-out-of-jail-free card. If this individual didn't even second-guess shooting a police officer in uniform at point-blank range, how are you going to walk the streets? How are we going to protect you? You know, Senator Weeks just said about how the other side comes out and says, I stand up for law enforcement when it's an election year. You know what they did last year? There was pension reforms that were being done for public employees. They did it for the firefighters, for the fire unions that are up here advocating. Our PBAs, our Patrolmen Benevolent Associations, our police uniforms, we're up here advocating as well. You know what they got? Squat. It's hypocrisy at its best. It's time that New Yorkers wake up. This November, you have an opportunity. You have an opportunity to turn this ship around. But it starts now. Call the governor, call the speaker, call the leader of the Senate. Tell them we had enough. I'm sick and tired of burying my brothers and sisters in uniform. Police Officer Diller, now Detective First Grade Diller, we will always remember you. Your sacrifice is not in vain. Fidelis ad mortem.